So why this doctor made me run as a patient and never come back as an IVF patient? I'm an IVF patient already for more than 2 years. I've done 3 cycles, maybe I'm going to a 4th cycle. I think I'm at the end of my journey, I'm not sure yet, but I've been doing the whole process here in the United States, in New York, but I also have doctors that help me in Brazil. And I thought a lot about making this video, if I should expose this or not. But since I decided to also start my channel in the United States, I already have a large following in Brazil, I decided to start today and this channel with the story. And why? Simply because I think doctors don't understand us patients. They're so held up in their academic world and their healthcare environment that they don't know how to communicate with us patients. And because of something really stupid, really small, they lose valuable patients, and not just the patient, but the referrals that come with the patient. So going back to my story, I met this doctor. I'm already his patient for about 2 years. He helped several women that had much more serious problems than me regarding their infertility. And I said, okay, I'm with the best and everything's gonna work out. And I'm also doing my IVF, which is covered by insurance in the United States. I'm doing my 3 cycles. And at the end of these 2 years, it was very hard for him to lose me as a patient. He says one phrase that makes me reconsider everything. Like, we had some other little mishaps in the meantime, but this was the one that made me, okay, now I'm changing. And the phrase was, you can take any supplement you want. Why was this so tragic and changed everything from the moment he said that to me? Okay, I respect doctors that don't believe in supplements, and that this makes a difference in your treatment, and that this is the way to go, and I don't think that you should take all these supplements. Okay, but me as a patient, I decided to do a protocol of another doctor, an European doctor actually from Portugal, that said this helped several of my fertility patients, and I think you should take these supplements. And he gave me it's a really long list. You should take these supplements during the 6 months before you do your following egg retrieval. Now you do your following IVF cycle. So I started taking the supplements because why not? It helped several other patients. I bought them on Amazon. It was nothing sketchy. And I started taking the supplements. And the result was, I'm 42 years old now, which is a lot now for a person trying to have babies. My first IVF, when I was 39, I only got 1 embryo. I got 16 eggs, but at the end I only turned up with 1 embryo. The second one was a huge, massive failure. We just had 1 embryo left and the embryo died. And then the third one, when I took all these supplements, I got 8 embryos at 42 years old. 8 embryos. My doctor here in New York was like, oh my God, what happened? Wow, this is so good. Still doesn't kind of believe the supplements were responsible for this, but even if they gave me, let's say, luck, I believe in the supplements, and I believe in what my European doctor is telling me to do before the IVFs. Okay, so there I am, a super believer of the supplements and how it affected my results in IVF. And I told my doctor here in the United States, his answer was, okay, continue to take the supplements, no problem. Great that you consider that it worked for you, and no big deal. But one of my doctors from Brazil said to me, kind of rolled his eyes and said, oh, you can take any supplement. When I asked him if I should add any supplements before I do an embryo transfer and before I do my last IVF cycle. And that kind of killed it for me. It wasn't just that. It was another time I have already lost 4 babies in total, natural pregnancies, not via embryos transfer. And one of the times that I lost a baby, he was kind of dismissive, and he talked to me like I was asking him if he could bring a zombie back to life, let's say. That's how I felt as a patient. I know it wasn't his intention. I know that he had maybe a difficulty in communicating with patients. Maybe he's a man, I'm a woman, that also does not help. I don't know. But anyways, I didn't feel comfortable and I felt really stupid talking to him. And then this other comment came later that, oh, you can take any supplement. When I asked him if I should, I was just asking him about the supplement, if he was going to add something to the list, because I was already taking all the supplements from my European doctor after what happened. And he just, like, the way he acted, just, I don't know, broke this trust between us. And even though he's one of the most amazing doctors, I know that, like, academically he's very admired, he has a bunch of diplomas. In the end, that's what mattered. So he lost me as a patient, and along with, I don't know how much money, because IVF is 100% out of pocket in Brazil. It's not covered by insurance. So he lost me as a patient. Now I have a very young doctor that's much younger than me, and that I'm super happy the way she's treating me. So what's my point with this? And why am I starting this channel now in the United States? I already have a large business in Brazil where I help doctors and healthcare professionals double their revenue, attracting high-ticket patients in Brazil, right? This whole business is in Portuguese. And today I have over 3,000 clients, health professional clients, and 200, more than 200 now, in my mentorship. But with all the things that have happened in the last 4 years since I started my business in the healthcare industry, I thought I can't stay just seeing everything that happened. And I also get care here in the United States where I live already since 2017. I thought I can't limit what I'm doing only to Brazil and to Portuguese language, because as I see, maybe the problem is even worse here in the United States in other aspects. And maybe if I started this business and I started my channel in the United States and telling this side of the patient and fixing these little loopholes where you can communicate clearly with your patient and know how to communicate properly so that we can be retained as patients and refer other patients, which is absolutely free. You have no cost of acquiring that patient. I thought, well, I shouldn't limit myself to just this channel. And because of everything that happened in the last months, I'm also gonna share here in different videos, I decided to start this channel in English as well. As you can see, I have a little bit of an accent. English is not my first language, but I grew up living in the United States, first grade to fourth grade. Then I came back and did a work experience. I studied in American school my whole life, and I already live here now almost for 8 years now. Yeah, almost 8 years since I married my husband. So I decided to share this experience here, and also what I've been doing that has been really working to get healthcare professionals, especially doctors, to multiply their revenue via an organic patient magnet system that I had already put in place back in Brazil that's working super. And now I'm adapting and getting the most of the lessons that I got there for the doctors here in the United States. So welcome to my channel. I hope you like it. I'm very nervous to start this now. Has to be in August, my lucky month in which I started my CHT back in Brazil in 2021. And if you're having trouble with attracting more patients, the patient acquisition is so expensive now, and you want to find out these loopholes that you can easily fix to organically attract patients for your practice and retain these patients and like make them refer you other patients, you're in the right place already. Click here and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.